Netflix and Disney both have competing Pinocchio movies releasing in 2022, leading audiences to query why there will be two new simultaneous takes on this classic intellectual property. An instantly recognizable, beloved character, Pinocchio first appeared on-screen in the 1911 Italian silent film of the same name. Since then, the character has appeared in no less than 34 feature films to date, with both Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio and Disney's live-action Pinocchio adding to this illustrious character's filmography in 2022. Why Netflix and Disney can both have Pinocchio movies on the release slate for 2022 boils down to the character's rights being in the public domain. While it is true that Pinocchio is among the most closely associated character with Disney, Collodi's original literary work was published before 1927, making it fair game for any studio looking to adapt the classic tale. Furthermore, Pinocchio creator Collodi died in 1890, meaning Pinocchio also transferred into the public domain in 1960, a full 70 years after the author's death per literary public domain regulations. Here's the difference between both 2022 Pinocchio movies, and why the same story has been adapted twice in the same year. Netflix and Disney have very different Pinocchio takes. It is not hyperbole to claim that Disney made the original Pinocchio's popularity what it is today, with the 1940 animated film still holding a rare 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Many believe that Pinocchio represents the pinnacle of Disney's continually heartwarming and magical works, containing a perfect blend of fear, adventure, heart, and ambition that conspire to make it one of the greatest animated movies of the 20th and 21st centuries. As such, it is easy to see why Disney feels compelled to revisit the scene of arguably their greatest triumph, with their latest live-action remake hitting the screen this past September. Back to the Future director Robert Zemeckis added stardust to proceedings, while The Haunting of Bly Manor's Benjamin Evan Ainsworth lent his voice as the puppet-turned-real boy Pinocchio in a faithful live-action remake of Disney's original film akin to the live-action 2020 Mulan and the upcoming The Little Mermaid in 2023. In contrast, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is set to be a much darker fantasy feast upon its December 2022 Netflix release. Set in 1930s fascist Italy, the Netflix version of Pinocchio will see the wooden puppet come to life in stop motion and torment those around him as he struggles to live up to his father's unrealistic expectations. Del Toro's Pinocchio, therefore, will be a more faithful retelling of Carlo Collodi's original story that reads like a grim fairy tale rather than the Pinocchio story known worldwide today. Del Toro's Pinocchio will also feature an all-star cast, including Ewan McGregor, Finn Wolfhard, Cate Blanchett, Christoph Waltz, Tilda Swinton, and Fantastic Beasts' Ron Perlman. While it is impossible to state which of these two films will better resonate with contemporary audiences before Guillermo's Pinocchio release, both Netflix and Disney can legally lay equal claim to the Pinocchio story. Disney's long-standing association with Pinocchio's image may well help the production company's immediate cause in promoting their live-action remake, but equally, Netflix's legions of streamers means there will likely be a huge appetite for Del Toro's darker take on Pinocchio. Public domain laws mean Netflix and Disney both have Pinocchio movies sure to cause a stir in 2022. Which 2022 Pinocchio is best? Disney's Pinocchio, starring the legendary Tom Hanks, hit the small screen in September 2022, whereas Guillermo del Toro's rendition is due in December. That being said, the reviews have been rolling in for both, and there's a clear winner so far. Despite being a live-action take on a Disney classic, down to the wooden boy's famous costume, the name of the mega studio itself wasn't enough to make the new movie work for audiences. Pinocchio opened to extremely poor reviews. The film scored a 27% critic score and a 30% audience score on the review aggregator site Rotten Tomatoes, which isn't common for a Disney movie. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, on the other hand, has gone through a bout of audience testing and early critic screenings, and the reviews are overwhelmingly positive. Viewers are praising the movie, saying it's one of his best since Pan's Labyrinth. It's the first retelling of Carlo Collodi's book to be done in stop-motion animation, for Pinocchio to be played by an actual puppet, and the movie is dripping with Del Toro's signature style. Guillermo del Toro's dark take on the classic tale is sure to ensnare audiences with its fresh story and unique artistic style. However, the movie has yet to be tested by the harshest critic of all, the public. Therefore, it's possible that the new Pinocchio could suffer the same problems as the remake.